What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel and to episode 1 of Let's Play Diablo. Let's kick it off with the intro. Alright. Yeah, those old blocky graphics are quite epic. Welcome to Let's Play Diablo. This is an old school dungeon crawler with, it's an RPG. There's lore, there's stats, all of that good stuff. But this is a clicking dungeon crawler. Lots of loot. Lots of randomly generated items, right? Yeah, no, we don't want to watch the intro again. There's a lot going on with Diablo. Very, very, very popular isometric. Yeah, dungeon crawler. I don't know what do you call this genre where it's basically isometric. You're crawling through dungeons and spam clicking on everything to attack. Other games come to mind like, I don't know, Torchlight. Fate, right? Yeah, just an old school dungeon crawler. This was released, I think, by Blizzard, right? In 1996. So, quite dated, but still a very, very good game. I actually have the version, I have this version of Diablo from GOG that includes the Hellfire expansion. In this initial Let's Play, I'm going to play without the Hellfire expansion. We're just going to play the base game, and then we'll come back and run through it again with Hellfire enabled. All right, yeah, I'm so excited. Let's go ahead and get into it. So single player, Twin Rova is my silent Diablo character, so you might see a silent Let's Play series on my channel as well. We're going to create a new hero, also going to play as a warrior, and yeah, let's go with Theldimar. Why not? Let's keep the trend alive for the warrior. Okay, so actually, let's take a look at these really quick. So the base game Diablo has 3 characters. The Hellfire expansion actually adds a character class. So we have the Warrior that's going to start with 30 Strength, 10 Magic, 20 Dexterity, 25 Vitality. So Strength is the key here. We have the Rogue, 20, 15, 30, 20, so 30 Dexterity. And we have the Sorcerer with a 35 in Magic, but only a 15 in Strength. And gameplay is actually really different between the Warrior and the Sorcerer. I'm going to play as a Warrior. This is the class that I'm most comfortable with. I actually have played through and beaten Diablo before with a Warrior. Actually, I remember there being difficulty levels. Very interesting. In Diablo Hellfire, you can choose your difficulty level. Is this going to pick for me? I actually can't remember. Okay, so let's just go through and see what happens. We'll play with the warrior. We'll name him Theldimar. Okay, and just like that, we spawn in Tristram. Okay. Yeah, so right off the bat, we have this interface, right? So we've got a little hot bar of items that we can load with useful things, and the number keys are tied to each of these slots, so I can either click here or I can type 1 or type 2 to make use of these healing potions. I have an inventory, right? So here is the slower method, and I can actually move things back and forth from this inventory to my action bar. I really like the design decision, and they do this in Fate as well. To have items take up like multiple squares, this is honestly really cool. Managing your bag's inventory kind of becomes a game of Tetris. Okay, so we start off with 100 gold pieces. We have a club. It has items have durability, right? If they hit 0 durability, then they will break, right? Which makes sense. Yeah, the club can damage from 1 to 6, and the sword is from 2 to 6. So this is just a little better, but it also requires 18 strength. So we don't really need the club. We could sell it right off the bat. We do have a buckler to give us 3 armor. And if you look at the combined effect here, you can bring up the character interface on the left and the inventory on the right and kind of analyze, you know, the RPG aspects of the game. So it looks like our base armor class with no armor on is 4. I don't know if that changes between character types. It might change with a stat like strength, but whatever the case, our AC is currently at 4, and when we add a buckler, it's going to bring us up to 7. The buckler actually changed our damage. Notice that with nothing equipped, our damage is 1 per hit, but with a buckler on, now we can actually hit up to 3 with the shield. So I find that very interesting. Now, when we add the short sword to the mix, they don't stack on each other. Basically, if you have just a shield, like if your weapon breaks, you can continue to fight bashing with your buckler. And I think that is really interesting. Yeah, AC is 7. If we did this, it'd be 1 to 6. If we used the short sword, it'll be 2 to 6. Yeah, so this is our starting point. In the I wonder if there's a brightness for me right now because my light, my room, is so bright. Ooh, did that like wash out the colors? Okay, it'll be fine temporarily. Just because of the time of day I'm recording, it's kind of hard to see. The game is dark. Okay, so we spawn in the town of Tristram. Yeah, I'll kind of let the lore unfold for itself as we go. Let's go ahead and start by speaking with Farnham the Drunk.
Time a fellow drinking peace?
Okay, so yeah, we can either talk to Farnham or we can say goodbye. I'm going to talk and select Gossip.
The gal that brings the drinks? Oh, yeah. What a pretty lady. So nice, too.
Yeah, so by talking to people in the town and picking the Gossip choice, you can slowly learn more about the lore of the game. And there will be intentional text that you have to read. There's non-optional dialogue. Not a lot though. Most of the dialogue comes from quests, but you can also learn a lot just by gossiping. And I believe, I could be wrong, so if you understand differently, please let me know in the comments. But what I think triggers the change in dialogue, and triggers a lot of changes, is every time you discover a new level. And by discover, I don't mean finding the level, but actually entering a new level triggers some kind of game update. So all of the gossip text, access to quests in the main town, and then like the inventory of shops and everything, I think all of that will change and refresh when you enter a new level. So yeah, we'll see. We can test that as we go. Okay, heading into Tristram, we have, which is like this, you know, crazy little town with shack, little, I don't know what you call these roofs. Thatched roofs? I don't know. Yeah, we've got a little town here, a lot of NPCs to talk to. Let's start, let's continue by speaking with Cain the Elder.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
So instead of the drunk, this is the town elder, and his benefit is that he can identify an item for you, which is honestly a really huge perk in later Diablo games. You don't have a character that will just identify everything for you. You have to use identification spells, right? So that is actually quite the perk. Let's gossip with Cain.
Oh, Jillian is a fine woman, much adored for her high spirits and her quick laugh. She holds a special place in my heart. She stays on at the tavern to support her elderly grandmother who is too sick to travel. I sometimes fear for her safety, but I know that any man in the village would rather die than see her harmed.
Okay, so yeah, it seems like the topic of gossip right now, to kick off the game, is on Jillian, who is this character to the north. Yeah, right here. Jillian the barmaid.
Good day. How may I serve you?
Who, as far as I can tell, only serves as a source of gossip.
The woman at the edge of town is a witch. She seems nice enough, and her name, Adria, is very pleasing to the ear. But I'm very afraid of her. It would take someone quite brave like you to see what she is doing out there.
Okay, so some gossip on Adria. Let's introduce other town members. Here we have Griswald the blacksmith.
Well, what can I do for you?
Yeah, so we can buy basic items and premium items, sell items. Let's go ahead and sell the club. Yep, for 5 gold. Okay, so you don't need it. He can repair damaged items, and this is critical. Yeah, if you look at basic items, you know, we actually could... we could gear up. You know, I kind of want to see how we do just with the basic stuff. Like, if you head straight into the dungeon, how well will you perform? It also has premium gear, which I think is cool. So can I scroll with my mouse? Yeah, it'll be easier if I use the keyboard. All kinds of good stuff, but, you know, more expensive Saber of Strength. Ooh, that's cool. Let's gossip.
The innkeeper has little business and no real way of turning a profit. He manages to make ends meet by providing food and lodging for those who occasionally drift through the village. But they're as likely to sneak off into the night as they are to pay him. If it weren't for the stores of grains and dried meats he kept in his cellar, why, most of us would have starved during that first year when the entire countryside was overrun by demons.
Oh, this implies that this issue in Tristram has been happening for more than a year. Wow, that's quite interesting. So I'm wondering, like, did my character just roll up into town? That's kind of what I'm assuming has happened. And he was referring to Ogden, the tavern owner.
Thank goodness you returned. Much has changed since you lived here, my friend. All was peaceful until the Dark Riders came and destroyed our village. Many were cut down where they stood, and those who took up arms were slain or dragged away to become slaves, or worse. The church at the edge of town has been desecrated and is being used for dark rituals. The screams that echo in the night are inhuman, but some of our townsfolk may yet survive. Follow the path that lies between my tavern and the blacksmith's shop to find the church and save who you can. Perhaps I can tell you more if we speak again. Good luck.
Okay, so that makes more sense. Yeah, so my character lived here before, and then sometime in the interlude when I was gone, these Dark Riders appeared and slaughtered most of the town, and are now doing something in the church, as much as we know. Okay, so we know there's basically Dark Riders and that the church is being desecrated. And that is our, like, first hint or clue at what's happening in the game. Yeah, I have played this before. I'll do my best to not spoil anything and to try to only use information that we gain from lore sources in-game as we go. Here's Pepin, the healer.
What ails you, my friend?
Okay, so we can heal, which is great. We can buy potions, which is also great and necessary. Yeah, let's gossip with Pepin.
Griswald knows as much about the art of war as I do about the art of healing. He is a shrewd merchant, but his work is second to none. Oh, I suppose that may be because he's the only blacksmith left here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, so Pepin is the healer. Yeah, and it looks like the gossip at the beginning of the game is really just introducing other characters to us, which makes sense. It's kind of setting the scene. We also have Adria, which is a witch, kind of to the north, but I don't really care to gossip with her at this moment because of the walk. We have another character, Wirt, is like a kid. I think is a kid that can sell really, really good gear. Let's see if I can find him over here. Do I want to gossip with him? I guess I'm going to walk all over here, then I might as well gossip with him, right? But Wirt is like Wow, I can't remember how to get to him, actually. That's assuming that he's here. Alright, here we go. Yeah, Wirt the peg-legged boy. So...
Psst, over here.
So, yeah, it says, I have something for sale, but it'll cost 50 gold just to take a look. Yeah, so you can get really, really good gear from Wirt. That's really, really expensive, but you have to pay just to see what he has. And again, I think it's every level that you descend that his inventory changes. Let's gossip.
Kane knows too much. He scares the life out of me, even more than that woman across the river. He keeps telling me about how lucky I am to be alive, and how my story is foretold in legend. I think he's off his crock.
So funny. Yeah, so now we kind of get a sense of who everyone in the town is and what they think of each other, which is interesting. I usually, you know, I'm sure it's beneficial to go gossip with Wirt and Adria, but I usually gossip with all the people like in the town, just because it's faster, and I'm usually kind of keen to get back into the action. I don't usually walk around just to gossip with them, but I will gossip with them, you know, anytime that I happen to be heading their direction. Okay, yeah, I think I introduced you to everyone in the town other than Adria, the witch across the river, so let's go ahead and head to the church. We didn't receive a quest, right? No. So Ogden's introductory information here just kind of sets the scene of the game, but it's not a actual quest. I don't think you have to actually... I don't think you really need to do any quests in the game to win the game. I think they're all optional, actually. Yeah, really you're just clearing the dungeon. And I'll leave the ending as a surprise, obviously. But yeah, I don't think you actually have to do quests. Now we're going to try to hit as many of the quests as we can while we play, so that you can see as much of the lore and content as you can in watching this Let's Play. So if we head this way... Oh, here's a little path we could have taken. Okay, and here is the town, and oh, lo and behold, there is a wounded townsman. Okay, so a note on quests. This is very interesting. If you were to buy Diablo, you know, download it, kick it off on your PC and get started, you might not see the wounded townsman here on your playthrough. And that is because there are more quests in the game than appear in any one playthrough. What do I mean by that? There are quests that are either this quest or that quest will spawn in your playthrough of Diablo. So if you create a character and start a game, you might get this quest where the wounded townsman appears here, or you might get a different quest, which is cool because different Let's Plays, different playthroughs of the game will have different quests, and there's no way to guarantee that you get the exact opposite in your second playthrough. So yeah, it kind of makes things interesting because you don't exactly know what to expect when you're playing. And I'm not sure if Classic Diablo works the same with the difficulty levels, but usually you play through the game and beat it on the easiest level, and then you kind of crank up the difficulty one with a New Game Plus and play through again, and then a New Game Plus Plus and Plus Plus Plus. I think there are 4 difficulties in the original Diablo, and each time you play through, you know, you start the story from scratch and get a new batch of quests, so that kind of adds to the fun. Okay, I'm actually excited and terrified that we found the wounded townsman, but I'll let him speak for himself.
Please, listen to me. The Archbishop Lazarus, he led us down here to find the lost prince. The bastard led us into a trap. Now everyone is dead, killed by a demon he called the Butcher. Avenge us! Find this Butcher and slay him, so that our souls may finally rest.
Okay, so this should make good footage for the stream. Probably will die my first attempt, but yeah, we get a lot from that. So there's a lost prince, right? That it sounds like the town went down into the cathedral to recover. The Archbishop Lazarus led the town down into a trap. So Lazarus is obviously not a good character, and the trap was the lair of a demon named the Butcher. And so now our first Good lord. Our first quest of the game is to find and kill the butcher, which will not be an easy task. Okay, I'm only going to save my game in the surface. This is a self-imposed kind of extra rule, and this is just to...
Your death will be avenged.
This is just to prevent save scumming, so something that you can easily do in this game is save every 5 seconds, and then anytime you die in a fight, there's no real consequence, you can just keep pressing on. I'm only going to save my game in between trips down into the dungeons, so that there's if I die, I lose the entire progress of that dungeon trip. I have to get back to the surface if I want to save my game. Okay, yeah, let's dive in.
The sanctity of this place has been fouled.
All right, yeah. So here is the Cathedral at Tristram. We have the starting gear. We've made no upgrades. Yeah, let's see how we do. Level 1. All right off the bat, fallen ones and skeletons. Ooh, zombie. Okay. Fallen one. Notice when I mouse over an enemy type, I have at the bottom middle of the screen like the name of the enemy and how many kills. Ooh, a saber. There are these barrels. I can attack. Some of them hurt me, some of them spawn enemies, some of them drop loot. Okay, saber. 1 to 8. 2 to 6 or 1 to 8? Let's do 1 to 8. Fallen one. And yeah, on the easiest difficulty, I'm assuming, right? Yeah, these monsters are not very tough. So to fight, I'm just clicking, and most of this game is indeed clicking. There is, of course, the hotbar that you can click or type. There are hotkeys for like the character interface and the inventory interface. Those are C and I, respectively. Yeah, this is like I would call it a button masher, but it's not really. It's a, I don't know, a click masher, a clicker. Yeah, this room doesn't have any doors. Wow. Okay, so this is a really important feature. Type tab, and this big map comes up. That is indispensable. You're going to see me toggling this a lot. Okay, it looks like we can continue moving on this way. Another thing important to note is that the dungeons are completely randomly generated, which I think is so sick. This is one of the, I guess it's an earlier example, or maybe it's just a very popular example of a game with procedurally generated content. Yeah, I guess Rogue would be a really early example of that you can find on my channel. Procedural generation. So yeah, this probably isn't the first, but it's very well known. It's definitely not the first, but very well known for every dungeon having the same kind of elements, but the exact arrangement of them is random every time you enter, so that every playthrough is different. It's part of the fun. You can play online with friends, and it's really cool being able to kind of work as a party together. Can I walk through here? Yeah, I can. Yeah, so these demons have overran the church. Ooh, a cape. Nice. And our character is doing just fine at clearing them out so far. So far, so good. Got a chest with 12 gold pieces. Awesome. A larger chest for more gold pieces and rags. Armor 3. Oh, yeah, so we can wear that. I think this is a warning that your durability is low. I have a cape that we could wear instead. Armor 1. Let's go with the rags. They might crumble on us, but that's okay. Did I not see a cap on the ground? I thought. Maybe we saw that at the store. Maybe I didn't see that on the ground. You can loot all of these sarcophagi, which I think is cool. A book of firebolt. Interesting. Is my intelligence high enough to use that? No, 15 magic required for the Book of Firebolt. I probably will level magic somewhat just to be able to get good at the town portal spell, which is so indispensable. So basically, we have to walk everywhere unless we use magic or scrolls, right? Which is still magic, to basically gain the ability to teleport to and from Tristram, the town above. Yeah, you have to go up and down a lot of stairs and wander across large levels. So without the spell, we're going to spend a lot of time walking. Scavenger are these little four-legged things. All dropping a lot of gold, which is good for us. Another saber. Yep. Yeah, so this isn't too bad, but the butcher is going to be tough. So we need to level up probably several times before encountering the butcher. And we're actually getting XP every time we get a kill. So it's really important to try to go and clear out as much of the dungeon as you can on each level, because it's going to give you the experience you need to level up. And those levels are going to be needed for deeper levels of the dungeon when your enemies get tougher and tougher. Yeah, so we found the way down to level 2. Very nice. So yeah, I'm going to try to spend time really searching every nook and cranny of the dungeon with the hopes of finding good loot to upgrade our character and gaining as much XP as we possibly can. I love risking chopping the barrels. I don't really care if they explode me and damage me, although I probably should. I want to get the XP from these enemies that are popping up out of the ground, or out of the barrels. And just like that, yeah, let's go. We're going to level up to level 2. You can see my rag armor is already about to break. Losing durability. Let's pop these. Okay, yeah, let's level up. Now, what do I want? Do I want health? Or let's start by dealing more damage. That is going to be important early. So I got 5 points to spend on my statistics. And yeah, I just buffed my strength from 30 to 35. Now my damage is still 1 to 8. It didn't actually change my damage. Maybe it just makes me eligible for higher level weapons, because I know that there are strength requirements on really good weapons. Dexterity might actually change your to hit chance and damage. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that. We're definitely going to want strength for better weapons in the game, so... Still a valid expenditure. Skeleton Captain. Alright. Died very quickly. There was a door that we can't forget. This is kind of a crazy tunnel with these arches on either side of the room. More skeletons and skeleton captains. I'm guessing the captain is a little tougher than the normal skeleton. Also note, when I hit tab and look at the map, I can see the level that we're on. That's pretty cool and useful. You know, if you log off and you don't play for a while and you come back, you want to know where you're at. It's helpful. Alright, a swarm. A short bow. Now that is useful. I do like carrying a bow sometimes. There are certain enemies in the game where a bow is very useful to have. Yeah, the game gets way tougher than this, so... There's some enemies that will shoot you from a distance and run away from you when you get close, so having a bow and arrow to fight ranged with ranged can be very useful. We're finding a lot of gold on the ground, and this is good. We're going to need the better equipment as we delve. Right now we're looking for the butcher. Got zombies and fallen ones and scavengers everywhere. But so far so good. Nothing is really posing a threat, and that is not too much of a threat anyway, and that is to be expected in the first phase of the dungeon. Makes me think of dungeoneering in RuneScape. Like the dungeoneering team maybe played Diablo. Yeah. With the whole randomly generated dungeon concept, which is really cool. Okay, we're actually taking hits now because we're being swarmed. The I think the most dangerous situations in this game are not necessarily the single fights against large, scary creatures, but swarms. Like, of course, one tough monster is dangerous, but... Ooh, a cap. Let's go. But even being surrounded by weaker creatures can be very deadly. Okay. Let's see if we can hit level 3 maybe from the monsters in the first dungeon. Yeah, we should hit level 3 very shortly. If the zombies can actually land a hit on you, they are tougher than the other creatures here. And let's go. There is our level up. This time let's do dexterity. Yeah, okay, so our damage just increased 2 to 9. Our AC went up to 13. Dexterity is going to be an important stat for us as well. Ooh, just took an arrow. Like a trap. The door was tied to an arrow trap. Looks like there's a short bow here we could take and sell. At some point, I'm not going to want to pick up all of the random common loot that drops. But for now, it's fine. Eventually, I'll reserve that inventory space for magic items, which will sell for much more. So that we can spend more time in the dungeon without worrying about running out of inventory slots for money making. So yeah, a really interesting aspect of Diablo. At least interesting to me, and that becomes
some of this stuff.
Oh yeah, let's see. Becomes more prevalent down the line. Maybe I could just swap this out. Yeah, it's the same durability, so whatever. A really interesting aspect of this game is the economic aspect. And the reason I say that is because as a warrior, we're a tank. We're going to have to tank a lot of damage. So we end up needing either like healing spells or healing potions, or both. I mean, even healing spells require mana points, right? So whether you're investing in mana or investing in health, there's a lot of investing that you have to do to survive in the deepest and most dangerous portions of the dungeon, right? And so you have to actually make enough money to cover your expenses. Not only to save up for better gear, which will give you better efficiency with your money making and longer survival, but you have to have the money for the health potions or mana potions, what have you, however you plan to go about recovering your character. I mean, yeah, you could walk back and forth to Pepin the healer, but that would take forever. You can invest in a ton of town portal spells or mana points to cast town portal to keep healing with Pepin, but still in that case you're investing in mana. So whatever the case, there is an amount of money that you make while exploring from all of these gold drops and an amount of money you need to spend to keep going, and the balance shifts over time. Ooh, that barrel caused a lot of damage actually. Yeah, the balance shifts over time because when you encounter tougher monsters to fight, then suddenly your level of maybe the amount of gold that you're collecting drops, pretty significantly, because you're not able to kill as many monsters and get as many drops before needing to heal, even if they are dropping more gold per monster. So it's a very that is a very interesting aspect to me. Let's check the bookcase. We get a book of healing. Yeah, what? 17 magic. So we might need to get like 20 magic or something to use these books. Library book. We have a scroll of identify that's useful. This is a good room.
Much baggage.
Book of charged bolt. I think these are going to be worth more than the more basic equipment. So let's like drop some of this stuff so that we can pick up the book. Yeah, we probably won't spend the points for that one. What I really would love is a book of town portal. That would be huge. Book of charged bolt. Yeah, I think these are going to sell well, even if we can't use them yet. Sell better than the common equipment that we're running into. Okay, let's try a potion of healing. Awesome. And then, yeah, that's just the gear that we dropped on the ground. Nice, not doing too bad for our first foray into the cathedral. Some more books. Scroll of Identify. Nice. Just saves us a lot of money. And Book of Holy Bolt. Interesting. Charged Bolt. Holy Bolt. Book of Firebolt. Do we have enough room for that? We do indeed. Wow, look at all the spell books that we are acquiring. Basically out of space, out of inventory space now. So if we find any more epic loot, we're going to have to go up and sell. She might even be able to do that now. It'd be kind of a walk, but not too bad since we're just on the first level. The shop's inventory shouldn't change, so I was thinking maybe it'd be nice if they ended up having a... Ooh, let's see. Nothing. It'd be nice if they ended up having a town portal spell that we could buy. We actually never walked over to Adria to find out if they even did, so we could do that. I guess I'll try to clear the rest of the dungeon and see if there's anything even worth picking up. Because there might not be. Ooh. Yeah, we're getting surrounded, and that is where we're taking our damage. This is so much fun. Alright, I want to make sure we don't leave any gold behind. I'm going to need that. What did you drop? A short bow? Ooh, a magical short bow. The blue text is what tells me that this particular short bow is magical. So we actually need to pick that up. Let's drop the cape and saber. See if I can find it again on the ground. Cape. Short bow. Awesome. Not identified. Let's use a scroll of Identify. Bow of Flame. 1 to 4 damage. Fire arrows damage 1 to 3. I might actually keep that one. I wanna have a bow. Oops. Yeah, we can keep that for now. I want to have access to a bow. Oh, we can wear it. Yeah, perfect. Is our buckler about to break too? So it must be when durability gets down to 5. That must be when you get this warning. The helmet's red. Has 2 durability left. Interesting. Maybe gold is 5 and red is 2. This is just a durability warning, which I think is a really nice feature to have. Wow, the dungeon, this level goes on pretty far. Nice, nice. How much gold? We have 529 gold so far, which is great. That's about half of one of the weapons in the premium. Ooh. Okay, so here is a well-established trick of the trade in playing Diablo 1 specifically, is standing in the doorway. You have a room full of a ton of monsters. That's totally fine. If they swarm you, they will kill you. So you have to stand in the doorway and funnel them to you one at a time. Okay. Now here is a fun aspect of Diablo. Yeah, if you are used to watching my videos, you'll know that I don't look up the answers to like anything using Wikipedia or anything like that. Sometimes I'll watch other people's videos and Let's Plays, and I might learn things from other members of the YouTube community or people in the comment sections of my videos, but I won't just go like look up answers. So for instance, in Diablo, they have all of these fountains, and they're fountain of something, right? And they either give you a good or a bad effect, right? And I actually don't remember what any of them do. So if you find them, you could look up what this particular fountain does, and you know, you could avoid it if it's bad, or you could use it if it's good. But I have no idea, so I'm just gonna have to test them out and figure out for myself which ones are good and bad. And I have played the game before, but I can't remember what fountains are good and bad. So Fountain of Tears doesn't sound good, but I'm going to think that the game creators wanted to trick you into not using the fountain. So trying to pay attention to my stats so that whatever it does, I can notice. Magic +1? Is that what just happened? Yeah, I think my magic was just 10. And it jumped up to 11. Maybe it was 15 and it dropped to 11. Oh, my strength is down 1. It was 35. Wait a second. Yeah, we started with 30 strength. Went up to 35. Now we're down to 34. Did the Fountain of Tears take 1 strength and put it into magic? I can't remember. Did I start with 10 or 15 magic? Yeah, that is a part of the challenge. Yeah, I'll go back and review the footage, but I think what happened is 1 point got shifted from strength to magic. Interesting. It's not the worst or best thing in the world, just kind of neutral if that was the case. Check my inventory. Anything weird here? No. Yeah, there are fountains that like turn things into gold. There's all kinds of fun, crazy things that can happen. And we're just going to risk it and find out for science. If you don't feel like looking it up, you can just watch me stumble one at a time into different permanent effects. Non-reversible effects. Oh, we've got all these books. Scroll of Healing, that's good. Scroll of Identify, that's good. We've got a bookcase. Book of Firebolt. Oh, hey, we had room for it. Nice. Staff of Healing. That could sell. I probably don't have room.
Some of this stuff.
Yeah, what do I want to get rid of? Ooh, I don't know if I want to get rid of anything. Okay, what if I did this? Okay. Is there any... there's really no way to maneuver this. Could I drop 1 book? What book is it? Firebolt is the lower. Yeah, we already have a Firebolt, so we can move on. That's totally fine. What book is this? Charged Bolt. We already have one of these.
Some of this stuff.
That's totally okay. We can just leave it behind. Maybe we'll come back and get it, but probably not. That's okay. We don't have to be perfectly efficient all the time. If we had a higher magic level, then we could read the books and make use of them. Ooh, what's in here? Even more space. And another level. Let's go. Yeah, this is great. This is excellent, actually. More gold. Perfect. It looks like we are kind of wrapping up the first level of the dungeon, though. And it's big. Like, this is a lot of space to explore for 1 level, right? In a game that you're going to potentially play through multiple times. And I won't ruin for you exactly how many levels there are. I do know, but I did not know when I first played, so I'll leave the details as a surprise. We'll just delve deeper and deeper until we find whatever it is that we're going to find. Maybe our 20th fallen one to kill already. Alright, and that looks like we've about exhausted the dungeon. Let's, I guess... Let's get our strength back to 35. I guess let's do magic to 15. That might actually help us now. Yeah. You can read our book of Firebolts and then go pick up another book. Where did I leave those books? I don't even know where that happened. Was it... Wasn't up there, I don't think. Yeah, maybe this room that I'm heading towards. We'll see. Yeah, in here. The charged bolt will be better for us. I think there was a book of charged bolt in addition to a book of firebolt. Yeah. Let's double check I don't have room. Yep. Yeah, this is a good haul. Okay, so we're actually going to, instead of heading down to the second level yet, I'm going to go up to the first level with the gear we have and sell it. And then we'll come back. We're at 560 gold. Let's see how much we can fetch for this stuff in Tristram. Okay, we have not found the butcher yet. Have not avenged him. Oh, but we do have a quest. Yeah, I can touch Q to open the quest log.
Please, listen to me.
And this will repeat the wounded warrior's story. And now that we do have this quest, we have the interesting ability to talk to the townspeople about the quest, which is really, really cool. Okay, let's start by having Cain... Oh, no. Let's identify for ourselves the Staff of Healing. Oh, is that a waste? Maybe we didn't actually need to do that. Required 17 magic. We could use this to, like, cast healing on ourselves over and over again. Would it be useful to carry a Staff of Healing with us, like, regularly? That could be really cool. Okay, let's...
What can I do for you?
Do we have anything? The Bow of Flame? Actually, ooh, 550 gold. I think I want to keep that for now. That's a pretty good... Let's do repairs. Let's go ahead and spend money.
Wow, what can I do for you?
Do we know? Yeah, the saber, all that stuff. Yeah, it's fine. We can pay to repair
What can
it.
I do for you?
If we get something better, that's okay. It's not too much money right now. Saber, the buckler. Let's do the Bow of Flame. That's expensive. And then the Staff of Healing, let's leave that not repaired because we're going to sell it to Adria. Let's go over to Adria for the first time. Yeah, Adria's like way off from the town in a little hut. Adria's a witch.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Recharge staves, that's cool. Oh, we could keep the Staff of Healing. Let's sell the Book of Holy Bolt, Charged Bolt, Charged Bolt. We'll keep the second Firebolt. Charged Bolt we'll sell. Yeah, we want these potions. We want those scrolls. That's all fine. Let's buy Scroll of Town Portal. Yeah, it would be great. We want a Book of Town Portal, though. Book of Inferno. Plentiful Staff of Healing. Requires 17 magic. Yeah, a Staff of Healing might be the way to go. Let's talk to Adria. First we'll gossip.
Wisdom is earned, not given. If you discover a tome of knowledge, devour its words. Should you already have knowledge of the arcane mysteries scribed within a book, remember that level of mastery can always increase.
Yeah, and that's actually something really important to know. When I first played Diablo, I thought once you read a spell book, you know the spell, okay, you're good to go. But you can continue reading the books to, like, I guess, increase your level in that spell and make... I can't remember, I think the effects get more potent, but also the mana costs might actually decrease. You might become more efficient casting those spells. Sorry for the crazy noises going by my window. Let's talk to Adria about the Butcher.
The Butcher is a sadistic creature that delights in the torture and pain of others. You have seen his handiwork in the drunkard Farnham. His destruction will do much to ensure the safety of this village.
Ooh, so Farnham. Farnham has history with the Butcher. That is quite interesting. Okay, maybe we'll go talk to Farnham. Look, we have 1394 gold. We actually could go buy some upgraded weapon potentially from Griswald, which might be a good use of our money. I'm thinking that damage early on is going to be the key so that we can one-hit KO as much of the dungeon as possible. let's talk to Farnham. See what he has to say about the butcher. Let's check his gossip. Is he still talking about Jillian?
I like Pepin. He really tries, you know. Listen here, you should make sure you get to know him. Good fellow like that with people always wanting help. Hey, I guess that'd be kind of like you, a hero. I was a hero too.
Farnham was a hero too. So the gossip actually did change just from entering the dungeon and leaving. Maybe it counted as one level, entering level 1. It's kind of interesting. Let's talk to him about the butcher. Let's bring up something he might not want to think about.
Big cleaver, killing all my friends. Couldn't stop him. Had to run away. Couldn't save them. Trapped in a room with so many bodies. So many friends. No!
That is horrible. Wow. Okay, yeah, that is that's intense, and the Diablo games are a more intense group of RPGs. That is absolutely horrible. Yeah, I think we're gonna end the episode on that note. Yeah, I think that is an appropriate time. Okay, so in this episode, we kicked off the series. We descended into the Cathedral for the first time in search of the Butcher, and just generally in search of more information to unravel the mystery of what's going on in the town of Tristram, why we're here, why there are demons overrunning the town. Yeah, we cleared the first level of the dungeon, found a lot of good stuff for loot, sold it in the town, and in the next episode, we are going to probably continue chatting with the town about the Butcher, just to get some more lore information, then head back into the dungeon, down into the second level, hopefully in pursuit of the Butcher. Thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like, and then to subscribe for more retro RPG content. And until the next episode, fight on.